This has to be the unluckiest NPC in Genshin Impact. Over the past 5 years, we've met a lot of NPCs along the way. Some of them left us forever, some of them we got to meet again. But this one is different. She's not in any life-threatening danger, but she's probably the most tragically unlucky NPC of them all. And the worst part? Her entire tragedy was basically caused by the Travreler alone. I'm talking about the repeat student from the Sumeru Akademiya. The girl who somehow hasn't graduated after 5 whole years. Alrani. The first time we met Alrani was in Liyue. She was working on a thesis about how Rex Lapis guided Liyue's commercial development. For this reason, she was even captured by the treasure hoarders during an on-site investigation. After the Travreler rescued her, we even helped her investigate more ruins connected to Rex Lapis. And then, Rex Lapis died. From that point on, Liyue's development was led by humans, which meant her entire thesis instantly lost its value. And in sumeru, that's a huge deal. A lot of scholars can end up never graduating because their thesis doesn't pass review, and they spend the rest of their lives being laughed at by other academics. Alrani definitely didn't want that. Realizing she might never graduate, she started traveling across different nations, searching for a new thesis topic. But somehow, every single time, she was always just one step behind. First, she even snuck into Inazuma, back when the nation was still under lockdown, so she decided to write about life of Inazuma's populace during civil conflict and national seclusion. She interviewed tons of locals, and even almost got arrested by Kujusera. But then, right when her thesis was almost finished, thanks to the Travreler again, the Sakoku decree was abolished, and the civil conflict ended. The moment Alrani heard the news, it felt like her whole world was collapsing. But even then, she didn't give up. Instead, she used what she had learned to help the farmers on Watatsumi Island solve their crop fertilization problems, and earned enough money for her next journey. At the same time, with help from the kind farmers of Watatsumi, she came up with yet another new thesis topic, a study of the folk custom differences between Watatsumi Island and Narukami Island. During this time, the Travreler also wrapped up Sumeru's crisis, defeating the Balladeer and helping the Irminsul get rid of forbidden knowledge. To avoid dropping out, Alrani rushed back to Sumeru and submitted her thesis to her advisor. Her advisor was really happy to see her safe and sound since she'd been missing for so long that everyone thought something bad had happened to her. But, of course, the worst was yet to come. Alrani's thesis got plagiarized and published first. Although the General Mahamatra, Sino, promised to investigate the matter, there was no denying that Alrani's thesis was now totally useless. At this point, Alrani finally had a breakdown. She gave all her remaining money to the Eremites and hired them to lock her up, telling them she never wanted to study or write again. Luckily, the Travreler happened to pass by, and the head of the Eremites also admired people with knowledge very much. With a little encouragement from the Travreler and the Eremites' leader, Alrani managed to pull herself together. She was ready to set off for Fontaine to look for a new thesis topic. But, as we all predicted, when she arrived in Fontaine, she decided to write about a just nation under the rule of idolized gods. But then, with the Travreler's help, the Hydro Archon destroyed her divine seat, and Farina temporarily withdrew from the scene. After that, Alrani finally made it to Natlan, where she wanted to write about the war between Natlan and the Abyss. But again, thanks to the Travreler, the war in Natlan ended, and the Abyss was permanently banished from the region. The last time we saw Alrani was during the Dragon Pine event in version 6.2. She still hadn't fully recovered from all the sadness, but she met some really interesting people from Natlan, like Shilaunen and Veriza. They used comics to heal her broken heart. Even though she's been stuck in this endless loop of failure for 5 years, Alrani still has the will to keep going. Word has it that her next stop is already planned, Snezhnaya. We can only wonder when she'll finally get her thesis published and graduate.